No mai haere mai. Welcome to 3 News. I like your man from New Zealand, so said Donald Trump after his first one-on-one with Christopher Luxon at APEC last night. The pair then shared a toast at a special leaders' dinner hosted by the President of South Korea. Trump's trade tariffs were discussed at the dinner, which foreshadowed today's big event, a meeting between the US President and China's Xi Jinping. Political correspondent Zane Small is travelling with the Prime Minister and begins our coverage.
He's a good-looking man.
Mr. President, the Prime Minister of New Zealand.
It was Christopher Luxon's first one-on-one with a weary Donald Trump. But Trump soon perked up as they discussed a topic dear to his heart: golf. The President remarking on New Zealand golfing champion Lydia Ko, who Luxon posed for a photo with just days ago in Kuala Lumpur.
I think she's good.
And she's a good Kiwi Korean.
Well, she's the youngest person ever to win.
That's right.
She won at 12, which is not even believable.
Obviously, the first part of the one-on-one engagement was really a chance for us to build some rapport and some relationship with each other.
With the relationship established, the pair then made a statement entrance together.
Hello, everybody.
At the APEC summit in South Korea, hosted by President Lee Jae-myung.
New Zealand. A friend of mine. Nice place.
Last time I spoke to the President, he gave me grief about my hair.
Your hair is beautiful.
I thought so.
It seems Luxon made an instant impression.
I like your man from New Zealand.
Luxon posted a photo of his meeting with Trump on social media immediately after.
You did mention in your social media post that you talked about how you're going to strengthen the relationship between New Zealand and the US. What does that mean?
Well, look, I mean, the US relationship's an important one for us. It's a long-standing one. You know, we have been through thick and thin together over a century, and you know, we have a strong relationship with the new administration.
Not a lot of detail, but the meeting was short and a sort of prelude to the main event, a special APEC leaders meeting. 8 countries represented at an intimate dinner table where they shared a toast to bringing Pacific nations closer together.
For world peace and collaboration between states.
Luxon positioned opposite the US president.
I never forgot New Zealand, such a beautiful place.
South Korea's leader welcomed his guests before handing over to Trump.
Hello. So I'd like to thank everybody.
The elephant in the room, Trump's controversial trade tariffs, which he brought up himself.
Other countries, as you know, have used them against us, but we never chose to use them very much, and we should have.
New Zealand was slapped with a blanket 15% tariff rate in August.
We can't change US trade policy. We'll continue to make the case for tariff-free and free trade.
Trump's threat of 100% tariffs on Chinese imports loomed large over his meeting today with President Xi Jinping. The pair met this afternoon and it seems to be going well.
But he's a very tough negotiator. That's not good. We know each other well.
And Xi, for his part, saying it's normal for the two countries to not always see eye to eye.
It'll be a very important meeting. You know, it's important that the two largest economies in the world find a way to accommodate each other and to be able to work with each other ultimately.
Working together, the overarching theme of APEC 2025.
Zane is with us now, live from Jeonju. Zane, speaking there of countries working together, however, North Korea seems to be doing the opposite.
Yeah, that's right, Sam. Just as I stand here in South Korea, across the border in North Korea, missiles have been tested, according to the country's state-run media. And interestingly, Donald Trump seems to think that he can come up with some kind of peace arrangement between North Korea and South Korea. He talked about it at the APEC leaders' dinner last night, saying that he knows Kim Jong-un personally, the leader of North Korea. Remember, he actually met him in 2018. But at the same time, there are reports that Russia has just successfully tested a new nuclear-powered torpedo, which Trump has described as inappropriate. And just before his meeting with the Chinese president today, Donald Trump asked US military leaders to resume nuclear weapons testing. So while there has been some really successful diplomacy this week here at APEC, it seems that peace is still quite far off.
Indeed. Zane, thanks so much. Staff Political Editor Tova O'Brien is with me now. Kia ora, Tova.
Kia ora, Sam.
So the meeting, was it a win for Luxon and New Zealand, and I guess by extension New Zealand's golf courses?
Yeah, I mean, didn't you feel proud to be a New Zealander? No, I think we're probably more adept at cultural cringe than we are national pride, and on that front, Christopher Luxon well and truly was our leader. But the toe curling aside, I'd say that this was actually a win for both the Prime Minister and for New Zealand. And work with me here. On the first count, he managed to secure a one-on-one with the United States President. That is something in and of itself. On the second point, as Luxon himself pointed out, this was more about rapport building than going in and shirt-fronting the US President demanding a good deal on tariffs or on Defence Force planes, for example. I'm also told that our diplomats thought that the meeting was both solid and hit the right marks. And lastly, he didn't piss the President off. And irrespective of what you think of Donald Trump, he is the leader of the world's largest economy. He is mercurial. He is known to hold grudges. He can be petty. And we've seen leaders the world over fawning over Donald Trump. And it could have been worse. He could have gone as far as Mark Rutte from NATO. You'll remember he called Donald Trump daddy when he was trying to maintain that NATO funding.
Impossible to forget that moment. But should Luxon have raised tariffs, gone a bit harder on tariffs?
Yeah, from a New Zealand perspective, yes, it was just plain weird that he didn't. This is a Prime Minister who leads a government that he says is laser focused on growing the economy, but he's overseen a contraction in the economy that the market didn't even predict, and he's blamed that squarely on Donald Trump's tariff regime. So from a domestic perspective, it looks a bit weak, but from a global diplomatic perspective, it's not such a big deal. He wasn't going to somehow secure a tariff exemption. Australia's just done this massive rare earth deal with the United States. They haven't managed to get any relief from the tariff regime, so it wouldn't have made that much of a difference had he done it anyway.
OK, Luxon was a little bit cagey about what was discussed with Trump in their conversations. Do you think that he should have been more open about it?
Yeah, he works for us, so yes, from that perspective, he should have. If there was a legit reason not to raise it with us, say we were on the brink of getting some kind of deal, that would make sense. But my understanding is that he was given the kind of go-ahead to raise it if the time and place allowed. With China, for example, New Zealand has this long-standing tradition of raising the tricky topic of human rights abuses. We do that both privately and publicly. The one thing to say about this meeting, though, is that it wasn't a formal bilateral meeting between the President and the Prime Minister. In those forums, that's where you'd be more likely to raise some of those more difficult topics.
It wasn't even on the agenda, was it? So
no.
It was good that it happened at all. OK, Staff Political Editor Tova O'Brien, thanks so much for your time today. Tēnā koe.
Thanks, Sam.